What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Gamers Guild. Now today I'm doing a non-spoiler review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and overall I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. There are a few points in it where I was a bit like, oh yeah, okay, there's a few moments where there's no real reason, I just got a little bit kind of out of it and I wasn't so much into the story, but I mean, the majority of the film I really enjoyed, and I don't think I'd watch it again in cinema, but I would definitely watch it again when it comes out on DVD, because I don't think it's really worth another watch at the cinema. It's not one of those movies that you can really watch again, because it's kind of it's not really plot orientated. It's just more action scenes, really. So if you really do like rewatching action scenes, it's something that you probably want to watch again. But personally, I'd only really watch it again if it's a plot heavy movie, and there's not too much plot on this. It's not too plot driven. But overall, I'd say there's some absolutely amazing action scenes in it, with dinosaurs fighting, and you had a few little plot twists along the way. One of which I thought were a little bit silly, like one or two of the plot twists. But that's not a spoiler. I'm just saying I didn't really enjoy one of the plot twists, and it wasn't really explored further at any point in the movie as well. It was just something that was mentioned and glossed over for the rest of it. And I'm like, hang on, this is a new thing in the Jurassic franchise, and everyone's just going to gloss over it. But there was one scene in particular when Isla Nublar is going up in flames, as you can see in the trailers. So that is not a spoiler. Don't have a go at me. This is a non-spoiler review. And there's this one scene where I genuinely... Well, so there's one or two scenes during that whole thing where I genuinely felt upset. It was like... I was at a point of like just sitting there in my seat crying. I mean, that would be a bit far. But there's a few scenes where I'm sitting there going, "Aww, it's really sad. Hang on." And like the way that the movement is, the dinosaurs look distressed, and they look, they just look so upset. It's there's some really hard scenes to watch in it. Actually, there's one or two. I'm just sitting there going, no, just cut the shot. Just don't carry on. Because there were one or two scenes where I was literally like, just stop it. But I mean, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I've never really been in cinema and had any emotional attachment to any of the characters. I mean, that must be one of the first times I've actually gone to a cinema and been like remotely upset by a scene or something that's happened. And I think it's just because we have such an attachment, especially recently. Like, I've grown such a bigger attachment with this franchise and its dinosaurs and everything in it, that it just felt so much more to me than someone who's maybe just going to go watch a movie. They're like, "Huh, it's dying, funny." But it's like, ever since I started this channel, I've really kind of started to enjoy the whole Jurassic franchise more, because I've learnt more about it. When I first started this channel, you could tell I had incredibly limited knowledge. But I'm not going to say I know that much even now. I mean, but I know a hell of a lot more, and I can easily hold a discussion with someone who knows a lot about about the whole Jurassic franchise. But yeah, it's just it's a really good watch. The plot, again, isn't too heavy, so it's not too hard to understand. There's one or two scenes in it that younger children definitely won't understand. You'll probably understand it when you watch it, like, as in you'll understand what I mean by that, unless you yourself are a young child. But there was one or few scenes that maybe like someone who's like 8 or so, like around 8 or younger, like younger children, they would really understand, but it doesn't affect the plot in any way, because it's kind of covered over and not explored. And I just felt like there were a few actions that just never really had any repercussion in the movie, and that's a bit of a negative. There was one or two moments where I was like, oh, you better, this character, I want to see this character get a consequence directly because of this. Not like, I know the characters would get a consequence later in the movie, but not because of what they did. It's more just because of how they're portrayed in the movie as a bad person. And I mean, there are a few characters who died that I think, to be honest, shouldn't have died. But I mean, it's a dinosaur movie, I don't really care. But there are some amazing scenes with some of the dinosaurs. And like, there was a real attachment between Owen Grady and Blue in this movie, and it's kind of explored 3 or 4 times in the movie, where it's on and off. Like, start of the movie, you'd get a bit of interaction between the two. Middle, you'd get a bit during the surgery of the Velociraptor, which I believe can be seen in the trailers, fairly sure. Still, they're not a major plot spoiler by any means. Then near the end, there's one or two more moments. So, like, right at the end of the movie, there's a really good moment as well between the two, where they're, well, I was about to say when they're having a discussion. Velociraptors can't talk. but yeah, there's some good emotional parts of the movie, and there's also some really good kind of interactions and exploring the relationships between all the characters. There's one or two characters in the movie where I'm kind of like, what's the point of you? It's like, and the guy who, I forgot his name already. The one with the afro, like the slight afro. I honestly can't remember his name. I'll put a picture up on screen so you can see that. I literally can't remember his name. I've just had a complete mind blank. Like at one point in the movie, I said to my friend who I was watching it with, like, to be honest, why did they take him to Isla Nublar? And then later in the scene, or like a few scenes later, he literally says, "Why am I here?" And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Why are you here? There's literally no reason for you to be here, other than the fact you know computers. And yeah, there's a few scenes like that in the movie where I'm like, okay, this is kind of happening just for the plot. It's trying to drive the plot forward a bit. And there's a few real convenient scenes. Oh, the heroes are about to die. Here comes a dinosaur to save them. And of course, they're not going to kill off the heroes because there's going to be another movie in like 3-4 years, 2-3 years. Don't know, 2 to 4 years, I'd say. I can tell you as much in a non-spoilery way. We will not see another movie on Isla Nublar, and if so, I'm calling complete rubbish on this franchise unless it is a prequel, because I am not accepting that you can go back to an island that has practically exploded. I'm just going to put that out there. You can see from the trailers, you cannot go back to that place. And I really enjoyed the kind of the scenes where they involved the news, because I mean they have the BBC Worldwide News segment on it about Mount Sibo erupting. It was really cool. For some reason in movies I really enjoy it when they have a good old little news feed on it. I don't know why, or like political based, anything like that. That kind of it's a reference to the real world. You know, when you have like a BBC reference or an MSNBC reference, I think there's one of them as well. I don't know why, it just really, I become more immersed into the movie, because I think, look, this is our world, they have things that we have. I mean, sure, in our world we don't have dinosaurs walking around on an island just south of Costa Rica, and also Isla Nublar isn't a real place, but it's so cool just to kind of have that kind of relevance to real life. And there's a really, really good little snippet underneath one of the news reports that says the US president, denies the existence of dinosaurs in the first place. I was like, this is so relevant. And I sat there laughing with a grin on my face for the next minute. It was great. Like, it just said at the bottom, US president denies the existence of dinosaurs in the first place. And I absolutely loved that, because I was like, this is relevant to real life. This is something that I'm not going to say anything, but the US president probably would say. No disrespect to him, it's just, he's kind of said that everything else is fake. I'm not American, so I don't feel like I deserve an opinion on this, but I just thought it was a really funny scene that was clearly a dig at the US president, that we all know and love, the Oompa Loompa. That joke's well dead. That was a bad joke. That was like a 2 year ago joke, at least. That's bad. But yeah, overall, I'd say I'd give this movie a 3.5 to 4 out of 5. I mean, I really enjoyed it. There were a few moments in it where I was like, could we just skip to something else? Or, like, only a few minutes later in the movie, there's a few minutes in it where I'm like, I don't really care. Could we just do something, like, skip to something else, another scene? And there was a few gaps in the plot that I didn't really like. Similar to the issue I had with Avengers Infinity War. There'd be some action going on, you'd cut away, come back to the action and go, oh yeah, this was happening, wasn't it? And you've kind of forgotten what happened, then you have to remind yourself so you're not paying attention to what's actually happening on screen now, because you're like, oh yeah, that happened, didn't it? There's one or two moments like that in this movie, but overall I'd say it was, I really enjoyed the movie. Like, it was something that I will definitely watch again at some point in my life, because I did enjoy it, and there were some really good scenes. There were a few scenes that also made me laugh. I'm going to put my hands up. There's a few scenes between Owen and Claire that made me, that I genuinely thought were quite amusing, and then of course some of the scenes at the start of the movie where I was genuinely upset. And I'm sitting there going, why am I upset about a bunch of CGI dinosaurs? Because this would be CGI, because you're not putting your animatronics into a smoke cloud and lava, are you? That's not something that's really happening. Or making a large one stand up on its two hind legs and then die. So, but yeah, I'm getting upset over cartoons at the moment. How is this movie doing this to me? But it was, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, and if you're watching this and you're like, I don't know, should I watch it? I would recommend you watch it. There are a few negatives to the movie, but overall, I'd say the acting was pretty solid. I mean, especially the younger girl who she's a really good actor, to be honest. Pretty good, because you see a lot of time in movies where you get young children or like younger children. They're not that good, are they? You know, you have to. They're like, what they're saying sounds so forced. I thought she seemed a very natural character. And also, I liked Benjamin Lockwood as well. He was a cool character while he was in it. Also, lovely little scenes from Dr. Ian Malcolm. I feel like it was kind of a narrative throughout the movie. It was near the start of the movie, you got the first part of his speech, and then right at the end of the movie, which is a bit you see in the trailer, you get the last part where it's like, welcome to Jurassic World, and you have a few little camera cuts away and a look at like what the dinosaurs are up to. But overall, it's a really good movie. I would thoroughly recommend watching it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Gamers Guild. Of course, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because I will be doing some Jurassic World Evolution gameplay when the game comes out in only 6 days now. 5 days now. Oh my god, I'm useless. 5 days now. And in 3 days, I will be doing a video. Well, actually, it will be uploaded in 4 days. I'll be doing a video to the worldwide live premiere, which is on Twitch and YouTube. So subscribe and stick around for that, because that should be a really good video. Sorry, I burped halfway through that sentence and carried on talking, but I'm just going to keep going. So guys, please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever the hell you want, apart from a dislike. You know, I'm talking to you, my friend who went to the cinema. If you dislike this, I can't do much to you, you should twice size me. But, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Goodbye.